From here to there. How did I get to these places? That's a big question. How did I get out there? Well, first I had to have an imagination. Eliminating things, adding things. But I think the whole basis for what I was trying to do out there was put myself in the picture. And once I did that, it started to become a reality. And I was out in those places because I thought about it. I put the energy, the intention into being there in these beautiful places, whether it was a glacier or mountains, down a river. These were the places that where I made memories, and those evolved into more. I got the momentum going, but people will ask, well, how'd you get there? How'd you get out there? And not literally like, how did I get there physically, but how did I think up this thing about glaciers and taking people to glaciers, and this is how it all kind of morphed into what I did full time. How we really got to the glacier was a different story. It was usually by airplane or helicopter. We had to walk the runway, mash it down with snowshoes so we could take off if we landed in deep snow. That was mainly how we got into the glaciers. I've walked into plenty of them, but that's how we physically would get into the glacier to go climbing or just travel. But this whole idea and this whole life that I led for so long, it all came from just wanting to show people. I knew they would be impressed. The beauty of Alaska did the work for me. I just had to take people there. And I made it my office. This was my office, standing on ice, showing people, what it's like to get out there and walk around and learn about how this all happened. Where did this ice come from? Anyway, it was great for me. It enabled me to get out and do the things I like to do, and to be back, with my children in the evening. This is once I got out of expeditions and started doing things like helicoptering to the glacier with groups of people for the day. I took what I had, those old tools, and made it into what I wanted to. And then, after quite a few years, that being out here in the glaciers and ice turned into bike trips. And nobody ever showed me how to do this stuff or told me about it, really. It's just stuff I wanted to do. And got out there and did it. The bike trips, it was easy for me because I just sort of naturally flowed into bicycle travel. I was used to living out of, bags and living in a tent and cooking on a stove and all this kind of stuff. The same campcraft in a way, a little different, but you're out there. I liked being out there alone for a change. In the mountains, I was usually with someone else or a group of people, but this gave me a chance to kind of venture out quietly, meditate in the saddle, and that's what all this kind of developed into. And now I'm out on the bike most of the time, looking for new things, noticing new things, meeting new people, creating new relationships, new friends. A lot of my friends up in Alaska and in my climbing days, they're kind of in the past. I still talk to them occasionally, but now I'm out on the bike. I meet a different group of people. I like being out, being able to make my breakfast, my coffee, and look outside and, just see the natural world. Really enjoy it. This last year was another magnificent trip on the Eastern Sierra, and I plan on doing more. And we'll just kind of keep rolling along. don't make too many plans these days. I kind of let things develop on their own. I put out the energy. I recalibrate my compass for the next adventure and look forward to a new horizon. Thanks for watching.